This is a Shadowcrest design Templar lightsaber, and it has an additional etch to it, so it has the Phoenix etch and also some really cool powder coating, and both the etch and the powder coating were done by Shadowcrest design. So let's take a closer look. Now you can see that this is a metal crossguard saber, so these are becoming increasingly popular. It kind of seems like it anyway, especially with High Republic content, kind of that medieval Knights of the Round Table type of lightsaber. This definitely has that kind of vibe. And let's look at some of the detailing on this. So you can see some of the Phoenix kind of motif here. Then we've got all these kind of circles down this side of the crossguard. And same on the other end. And then here's the other side, so it's also the same kind of winged pattern here, but you have some different patterning. So there's this switch here. This is one switch setup that I have. So this is a CFX, a Crystal Focus 10 by Plector Labs board in this hilt with the one switch setup, and it is configured as a pixel saber. So you can see that on this side of the hilt, there's this really cool this is like the main sort of Phoenix on the entire etch. Beautifully done. Now, one of the interesting things about this powder coat, I'm not entirely sure what color it is. It seems sort of like copper or bronze in color, but also it's very dark. So I guess I would call it maybe a dark bronze. And then for the design of this crossguard, you can see these really nice angles on the end. Now moving down the hilt, we have we have this sort of like giant wing on this side and the other side. And then here's kind of an angular pattern toward the bottom. Maybe it's supposed to be feather-like. And then again we have one of these wings, so this is like pretty much the same as we saw on the crossguard. There's another wing. You see that pommel just really kind of flares out. It has, the same kind of patterning as we saw in the crossguard, but also sort of the shape of the pommel is pretty similar to the ends of the crossguard as well. That's just another angle to look at. And then there's holes on the bottom, so those are sound holes. And where the pommel is removable, it's kind of it's very discreet. So just this whole part you can remove. And then so there's like the chassis and all that in there. The electronics and such. But yeah, very, very interesting kind of powder coating. I'll call it a dark bronze. So here's the top. Now I did find that the blade holder is a little bit tight, so it does accept 1-inch diameter pixel blades, but it required a sanded down blade for the blade to fit. At least in this case. I mean, there can be kind of some slight variation in diameter of blades. Oh, and the retention screw is on this side of the hilt. So, it's nice that it's out of the way a little bit, but it's also kind of not nice that it's out of the way a little bit. So like when you need to unscrew it, it's a little awkward. Well, so let's turn it on. So there's some little LEDs in here as well, so you can do that, but we want to have the blade. And it's a little awkward to do. Not bad. But here, I mean, this is really cool, you guys. I think this is maybe the most sword-like lightsaber that I've actually kind of seen. The hilt has kind of a nice, substantial heft to it as well, so it really does feel more sword-like. Got a lot of those standard effects. Alright, well, that's it for now. This has been a look at a Shadowcrest design Templar lightsaber. It's a custom crossguard. It has a little bit of a High Republic vibe to it. Really cool etching and powder coating with the hilt as well. And it is a pixel saber operating on a Plector Labs CFX board. So feel free to comment below.